Here is a question from ALEKS where our goal is to graph a rational function. So we have the function f of x equals 2 divided by x minus 2. ALEKS requires us to draw all horizontal and vertical asymptotes and plot at least 2 points on each piece of the graph. Once you have filled in all of that information, you click the graph icon, which is this icon here at the very end. So let's go ahead and find the information for this graph. Let's start with x-intercepts. X-intercepts are where we set the numerator equal to 0. Since the numerator doesn't have an x, this is no solution, so there are no x-intercepts. Now let's see if we have any y-intercepts. So here we set 0 for all the x's, so I have 2 divided by 0 minus 2, which turns into 2 divided by negative 2, or negative 1. So I have a y-intercept at 0, negative 1. So I'm going to plot that point. You can grab the pencil since that's an easy point to click on and just click on 0, negative 1. Now let's solve for any asymptotes. So the vertical asymptotes are restrictions from the denominator. The denominator is x minus 2. We really don't want that to be 0. So if I solve for x, I get x equals positive 2 is the vertical asymptote. So we grab the vertical and we go to positive 2 and we click. Now let's look at the horizontal, and this is where we compare the degrees of the numerator to the denominator. If the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, then the HA is at 0. If the degree is equal on top and bottom, then we make a quotient of the leading coefficients. In this example, the top degree is x to the 0 since we don't have an x. The bottom degree is first power. So this is a case where the top power is smaller than the bottom. So our HA is at y equals 0. So I'm going to grab the horizontal line and click on y equals 0. When we have one vertical asymptote, which in this case we have it located at 2, and we have the one horizontal, the picture is going to be an odd function. So what I got to figure out then is where are the curves located. So an odd function could be maybe I have one piece of the graph up in this upper quadrant and then the other piece will be down here, or those pieces could be rotated. But when it's one vertical, that's the picture we're looking for. Now ALEKS requires us to have 2 points on each of these pieces. So I need to plot some ordered pairs here. I need to figure out some ordered pairs for the graph. So right now I have, it looks like one point located at 0, negative 1. So if I go back to my picture that I was sketching, then I know that the curve is down there. So I have this point plotted. It was a y-intercept 0, negative 1. So I know the curve is down here. I just have to find one more point on it for ALEKS. And I know the other curve should be up here. So I can plug in any number to the left of the vertical asymptote. For instance, I could plug in positive 1 and see what value I get. So if I let x equal 1 in the equation, I have 2 divided by 1 minus 2, which is 2 divided by negative 1, or negative 2. So I have an ordered pair, 1 comma negative 2, that I can tell ALEKS to plot now. So let's click on 1, negative 2. Okay, now I expect that my other curve will be up in this upper quadrant, but to make sure and to get ALEKS to plot it correctly, I need to plug in 2 numbers that are going to be past the asymptote. So I'm going to plug in 3 and 4. Alright, so x equals 3. I get 2 divided by 3 minus 2, which is 2 divided by 1, which equals 2. So I have a point 3, 2. Want to remind you that you can always pick this quadrant icon here to directly type in the numbers for the ordered pair if you don't like clicking and plotting. And then it will plot the point for you. Okay, so I have one more that I need to plot, and it's x equals 4. So I get 2 divided by 4 minus 2, which is 2 divided by 2, or 1. So that final ordered pair I'm going to plot is at 4, 1. So I have 2 points for each curve. I have the vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote plotted, and so now I can graph. So I'm going to click this graph icon, which has the curve with the 3 points on it, and ALEKS will complete that for me, and then I'm ready to submit.